I am a publisher, writer, editor, daughter, sister, auntie, dog mom, and many other things, including currently a cancer patient. But I am not a doctor or medical professional of any sort. What you are about to watch is an episode of my journey through cancer. I'm sharing my adventure with you in hopes that you'll find something here that's comforting and maybe even inspiring. This video is not intended to provide any sort of diagnosis or treatment plan. Please go talk with your doctor for professional medical advice. Day 28. I am ready for bed, and I'm hoping for another good night's sleep tonight. Like I got last night. It was the first full 8 hours of glorious sleep that I have had since my diagnosis. And it was fabulous. First, I have to tell you about some upsides to having cancer. So let's be clear, there aren't many upsides, but I think I may have found one or two. Don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to be overdramatic. I know the months directly ahead are going to be stressful and fatiguing and painful and scary. But I have every intention of coming out on the other side of cancer. And, the results of my tests aren't all in, but I haven't met a doctor yet who's told me that I don't have a chance for recovery. That said, it's a real shock to run up so suddenly against the brick wall of your own mortality. We all know everyone dies. We've all lost someone who's dear to us. Lots of people who are dear to us, in my case. When the next generation comes along, whether you're a parent or a grandparent or an uncle or an auntie like me, you realize your heart isn't your own anymore. To quote Christopher Hitchens, who died of cancer when he was 62, speaking of his own fatherhood, he said, it's a solid lesson in the limitations of self to realize that your heart is now running around inside someone else's body. We would do anything to protect those kids, including gladly die. But our own expiration date, in my experience, that's not something we talk about or think about with much specificity. I'm not talking about wills or creating trusts or even planning our own funerals, as some of us do. I'm talking about going through life day to day, knowing there is an expiration date. Okay, a few examples of what I mean. I'm a perfectionist. I have held so much up. So many of the things I've wanted to accomplish in this life because it wasn't as flawless or as precise or as ideal as I think it just could have been if I just have put in a little more time and effort. This little vlog is evidence that I am slowly letting go of perfectionism. I'm cheerful by nature, but I'm also the adult child of alcoholics, and I often prioritize the wants of others over my own needs if it means I can keep everyone around me happy. This means that I have experience in suffering fools and in silently seething because I've had to reassure them that no, they're not fools in order to keep the peace. But a few incidents of late have made me realize, with some surprise, that I'm sort of organically losing that trait. I pray for 30 more years of life on this great planet. But the reality of having cancer is doing what 40 years of therapy couldn't do. And that is allow me to simply leave when someone is behaving like an ass. Because their assholery is not something I need to deal with or to soothe. I don't have 1 second of the life that's left to me, whether that's long or short, to do either of those things. This diagnosis of cancer has been, in some truly odd ways, really freeing. I've heard the story this way. God wants to teach you a lesson. First, he whispers in your ear. And if you don't listen to him, then he gets in your face and shouts. And if you still don't listen to him, he hits you on the head with a brick. Maybe cancer is just a brick from on high.
If you liked this video or found it helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell.